The Wanderer and His Shadow. 202. Tourists. They climb mountains like animals, stupid and sweating. One has forgotten to tell them that there are beautiful views on the way up. 203. Too much and too little. All men now live through too much and think through too little. They suffer at the same time from extreme hunger and from colic, and therefore become thinner and thinner no matter how much they eat. Whoever says now, I have not lived through anything, is an ass. 204. End and goal. Not every end is the goal. The end of a melody is not its goal. And yet as long as the melody has not reached its end, it also hasn't reached its goal. A parable. 208. How to have all men against you. If anyone dared to say now, whoever is not for me is against me, he would immediately have all men against him. This does our time honor. 249. Positive and negative. This thinker needs nobody to refute him, for that he suffices himself. 263. Way to equality. A few hours of mountain climbing turn a villain and a saint into two rather equal creatures. Exhaustion is the shortest way to equality and fraternity, and liberty is added eventually by sleep. 297. Not to wish to see too soon. As long as one lives through an experience, one must surrender to the experience and shut one's eyes instead of becoming an observer immediately, for that would disturb the good digestion of the experience. Instead of wisdom, one would acquire indigestion. 298. From the practice of wise men. To become wise, one must wish to have certain experiences and run, as it were, into their gaping jaws. This, of course, is very dangerous. Many a wise guy has been swallowed. 301. A testimony of love. Somebody said, about two persons I have never reflected very thoroughly. That is the testimony of my love for them. 302. How one tries to improve bad arguments. Some people throw a bit of their personality after the bad arguments, as if that might straighten their paths and turn them into right and good arguments. Just as a man in a bowling alley, after he has let go of the ball, tries to direct it with gestures. 307. When taking leave is needed. From what you would know and measure, you must take leave, at least for a time. Only after having left town, you see how high its towers rise above the houses. 317. Opinions and fish. Possessing opinions is like possessing fish, assuming one has a fish pond. One has to go fishing and needs some luck, then one has one's own fish, one's own opinions. I'm speaking of live opinions, of live fish. Others are satisfied if they own a cabinet of fossils, and in their heads, convictions. 322. Death. The certain prospect of death could sweeten every life with a precious and fragrant drop of levity. And now you strange apothecary souls have turned it into an ill-tasting drop of poison that makes the whole of life repulsive.